quick update on the advanced child tax credit. Now, I had a bunch of questions on the child tax credit. I called the IRS. So in this video, I want to talk about 4 updates to the child tax credit that you're probably going to want to know. But before we get into it, if this is your first time at our channel or you haven't subscribed, click on the subscribe button at the bottom. My name is Travis Sickle, Certified Financial Planner, helping you reach your financial goals. Now, I called the IRS this morning to answer or get answered a handful of questions that I've been getting on the channel. Now, if you're trying to call the IRS, it's really difficult to get through. They're really backed up, but I have a special professional support line because I'm an IRS enrolled agent. So I called that line, got the questions answered. I wanted to take a second to thank our sponsor of this video and several other of our videos, The Coldest Water. This is one of their bottles, the Coldest Water bottle. I'll leave a link in the description at the bottom. Go ahead and buy yourself a bottle, support the channel, and thank you to The Coldest Water. So let's get into the child tax credit. Now, the first question that I've been getting, and I was a little confused myself on this, was updating your banking information. So the portal isn't up where you can update your information. You can opt out right now or provide your information if you're a non-filer, but if you want to update any of that information, you can't right now. And it's kind of worded strangely because it makes you believe that there is a way to do it right now, but that part is not up yet. So if you have like the H&R Block Emerald card and that's where you got your refund, something along those lines, you're gonna want to go in and update your banking information. Now, of course, if you closed your account, you also want to make sure that you're updating that information as well. So in any case, you want to make sure that you're verifying the information because maybe you thought you got it deposited into one account, but really the IRS has a different account on file or your last tax return, whatever. Go back to your last tax return, but I would still urge you to wait for the portal to come up. There is not a definitive date yet that it's going to be updated, that it's going to go live with that updating of the information, but you want to check it. I would just check it every day. Up until July 15th, because that's the date that they're going to start issuing these checks and starting those direct deposits. And again, I don't know the timing on that. The IRS says that's the date that they're going to do it, but you know, anything can happen. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to that. So any of the banking information, and again, I would say even if nothing has changed, go ahead and check it just to verify that you have the correct information, which is point number 2 or question number 2 is the mailing address. So you want to make sure that your mailing address is correct too. So even if they have your banking information on file, I've seen some crazy things like mailing a check, even if they have your direct deposit information. So you want to make sure that this is updated and is accurate. So even if you have the correct information, again, go check your banking information and your mailing address. Of course, especially if you've moved, you want to make sure that is on file with the IRS. Now remember, if they haven't processed your 2020, for example, if you filed an extension and they haven't processed it, then that information is not going to be up to date. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention, go into the portal, get that stuff up to date. Point number 3 that I wanted to talk about, and I was fairly certain on this one, if you have a newborn. Newborns this year do qualify because this is the advanced child tax credit. So this is the taxable situation for 2021 that you're just getting in advance. So if you had a child this year, they're not going to be on file with the IRS because you didn't file your taxes for 2021 yet. So you want to make sure that you're going to go into the portal and go ahead and update this. Again, this is not something that you could do right this second, but you want to check it. I would check it daily up until July 15th. That's, just check it really quickly, make sure that it gets updated so that you can get the full amount of the advanced child tax credit or opt out. Now you can still opt out right now. In a previous video I did a full walkthrough on opting out. I did it myself. I opted out. It's very simple to do. It takes about 5 or 10 minutes. You just have to register, go in, verify yourself, and it is a fairly secure process. And just go ahead and opt out if that's what you want to do. And point number 4 is changes in your income, probably the biggest one. If your income has increased or decreased, you want to make sure that you're maximizing your child tax credit. I've done a ton of videos on the child tax credit with the phase outs and how to calculate it. go ahead, make sure that it's accurate, because they're gonna base this information on 2019 or 2020. But if your situation changed, they're not gonna know that until you file your taxes in 2021 or for 2021 in 2022. So it's gonna be well past before you get all the payments from your advanced child tax credit. So if your income has increased and you wanna get less of the advanced child tax credit because you don't wanna have to end up paying it back, then you wanna make sure that you go in and update the portal. And also too is if your income has decreased and you qualify for more of the advanced child tax credit and you really need the money, then guess what? Go ahead and update it. That's what you should do. And if you need to make any adjustments, like putting more money into your 401k to reduce your adjusted gross income, I've done videos on that so you can understand what your adjusted gross income is and how it will affect your total amount of your advance payments and the overall child tax credit. Because remember, these advance payments are advances. It's advance on a credit that you're already gonna get when you file your taxes. So that's why you want it to be as accurate as possible, because if you miscalculate, you get that money today, there's a possibility that you could have to pay it back. So you wanna make sure that you're paying attention to it. So that was a quick update with the child tax credit. If you have questions on it, let me know in the comments down below. I'll either direct you to another video I have, or I'll try to answer it on future videos. And thanks for watching. And if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and leave your comments down at the bottom.